welcome back to my channel, and I am so excited for today's video. And so I'm going to be doing a updated makeup routine for 2021. And so this is the makeup look that I recreated, and I really like how it turned out. I definitely don't do this makeup every single day. On an everyday basis, I definitely go a little bit like lighter and more natural. I don't really do like the winged eyeshadow that I did today, but if I know I'm going to be taking pictures or I'm going to be filming or going out doing whatever, I do like to spend the time and go a little more with my makeup and a little more dramatic. And so that is what I did today. So if you guys are interested in how I did my makeup, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my eyes first, just because whenever I'm doing eyeshadow or eyeliner, I just always like to do my eyes first in case if I mess up or there's eyeshadow fallout, I'm not going to be like wiping off all of my face makeup that I put on. And so that's definitely a tip. If you don't already do that, you definitely should do your eyes first. It's definitely a lifesaver. So the palette that I will be using today is this one from ColourPop. This is the Zodiac palette. This was a collab that Kathleen Lights did with ColourPop, and so this is what the palette looks like. I'm literally only going to be using these 3 shades, so as long as you guys have a light brown, a dark brown, and then a black, you will be good to go and you can recreate this look. And I feel like so many palettes have those shades in it, so you will be fine. You do not need this palette. I don't even know if you can still purchase this. And so I'm going to start off with this light brown shade, which is called the Taurus, and I am just going to put this on my lid as if it was like eyeliner, and then just kind of like wing it out. Okay, so now that we have the light brown kind of laid down and ready to start layering all of the darker shades, now we're going to go in with this dark brown shade right here, which is called Virgo, which is my sign. Leave a comment down below what your guys' sign is. I am not super into astrology, so I don't really know what any of the signs mean, but let me know down below what you are. So I'm literally just going to do the same exact thing that I did on the light brown shade. Okay, and so after that, the next step is to actually like create the wing. And so I'm going to go in with this black shade at the bottom, which is called the Capricorn, and this time I'm going to be taking a angled brush just to really define the wing. This is from It Cosmetics. This came in like a set. This is the C7133 brush, and so I'm going to dip into the black shade, and then I'm going to put this along my lash line like super close, and then I'm also going to go ahead and wing it out. Now we're going to move on to mascara, and so the mascara that I'm using today is from L'Oreal, and this is their Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. And so I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and then apply my mascara. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the face, which is my favorite part of my makeup, and so I'm so excited. And so to start off, before I ever do my makeup, I have to moisturize. My skin is pretty dry, and so I definitely need to add some moisture back into my skin. And so my holy grail favorite moisturizer ever is from First Aid Beauty, and this is their Ultra Repair Cream. I have been using this for the past like 3 years, but I feel like this year this product has blown up, which I have been using this for the past 3 years, and it's so good. So if you have still yet to try this, you definitely need to. It's so good. I have this little like travel size one, and this is in the scent of rosemary mint, but you don't have to have a scented one, but that's just the one that I have. And so I'm literally gonna put this all over my face, so I know I look a little ridiculous right now, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it in. after my moisturizer is all blended in, I'm going to go ahead and prime. And so for primer today, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This stuff is so good. You definitely need it. This is just a very hydrating primer, and so again, just any moisture that I can just like add back into my skin, I'm going to. And so this is a really good primer. Also, I have my mirror like right here, so if I keep looking in this direction, that is why. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put this all over my face again where I put my moisturizer. So now moving on to a foundation. The foundation that I have been using for the past couple of years, I love this one. This is from L'Oreal, and this is their Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This one is more for dry skin because it's a very dewy foundation, but they also have a matte version of this, so you can find one that works for your skin. But I'm in the lightest shade, which is 201. And then to apply that, I like to put it on my beauty sponge. This one is from Sonia Kashuk. You can get this at Target. Literally the best beauty sponge I have ever used. It gets so big, which I really like. Make sure to wet your beauty blender. That is so important. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this onto my face. So now that my foundation is all blended out, now we're going to move on to concealer. And so for concealer today, I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is so good. If you guys have not tried this, you definitely need to. It's very full coverage, and I really like that because on days that I don't want to wear foundation, I will just put my concealer on and it looks as if I'm wearing foundation. So I really like it. It has great coverage, and I'm in the shade Marshmallow. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start applying this. What I like to do is I just put 3 lines underneath my eyes, and then a couple lines on my forehead, and then down my nose. And then I also do the sides of my nose. For whatever reason, my nose is so hard to like put makeup on. Like makeup never wants to like stay on my nose, which is really annoying, but whatever. And then a little on my chin, and then I just kind of go a little further down. And so that's kind of how I do my concealer. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with the same beauty sponge. So now we are going to move on to cream products. I don't always do cream products. I kind of only do that when I have all of the time in the world to get ready. And so for blush today, I'm going to be using this one from Glossier. This is their Cloud Paint, and I have the shade Puff, and I love this blush. If you guys have not tried these, you definitely need to. And what I like to do is I just take this beauty blender. This is so beat up. And so what I do is I just go ahead and put a little bit on the beauty blender, and then I just go ahead and put this on like the apples of my cheeks, and then just kind of like blend it. Okay, so now we have our base down for blush, and I don't like to go too heavy on the cream products because I do set them with powder products, and so I definitely am going to be adding like more blush on my face. And so sometimes I do cream bronzer, but sometimes I don't. I feel like recently I honestly have been skipping cream bronzer and just go in with a powder. But for highlight, I'm going to be using this one from Becca. This is their Glow Silk Highlighter Drops, and this is in the shade Champagne Pop. And so what I like to do here is just apply some right there, and then I will just go in and blend it with the same beauty blender. So now we have to set everything. So the next step is to set with powder, and so I'm going in with my Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I have the translucent extra coverage one. And so I'm going to focus this underneath my eyes and then on my smile lines because that's where my makeup tends to crease the most. but then I'm also gonna go ahead and set my entire face. And so to do that, I just keep using my same beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. So now moving on to bronzer, I'm gonna be using this one from Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Khaki, I think. I have no idea. It's Khaki, and it looks like this. I don't really have like a go-to bronzer. I feel like I just kind of use whatever I grab first in my makeup collection, and so I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. I'm gonna be using a angled brush. This one is from It Cosmetics. This is their C7133 brush, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this on my cheekbones and then my forehead. And then moving on to blush, I'm gonna be using this one from ColourPop, and I had to buy this like really big compact because all of the smaller compacts were just like sold out on their website, so I bought this huge one. But this is the shade I Need Space, and it is a collab with Kathleen Lights and ColourPop. If you guys don't know, I love Kathleen Lights, so I have a lot of her collabs with ColourPop, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this where I applied the cream blush. So next up is highlight. This has been my favorite highlight. It is so good. This is from Anastasia, and this is the Amrezy highlight. I don't think you can still get this, but it is honestly a gorgeous highlight, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this with my ColourPop F5 brush, and I'm just gonna apply this where I applied the liquid highlight. So now we're gonna go ahead and finish off the eyes, and so I'm gonna be taking this palette from Anastasia. This is their Sultry palette. Literally such a good palette, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a smaller brush. This is what it looks like. This one is just from e.l.f., and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's like a silver, it's like a sparkly silver shade. No idea how to pronounce it. It's spelled C-Y-B-O-R-G, but I'm just gonna take that and then I'm gonna put it in my inner corner. I love a good inner corner, like sparkly, shimmery highlight. I just think it looks so good and just kind of like wraps up the entire look. And so I'm going to apply that to my inner corners. Okay, so we're almost done. We only have a couple steps left, but next I'm gonna go in with some bottom mascara, and I really like this one from L'Oreal. This is their Voluminous Original, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this onto my lower lash line. Okay, so now moving on to eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and then I'm in the shade Chocolate, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my brows. Alright, we are finally on the last step of this makeup routine, and so that is to set your face. I went ahead and picked up the Anastasia Dewy Set, and I purchased the travel size because I didn't know, oh my goodness, because I didn't know if I would like it, and I'm about like halfway done with this, and I love it. It's so good, so I definitely will be repurchasing the full size of this. So what I like to do is I just like to take my beauty sponge and kind of go over everything and make sure everything is like blended out. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this all over my face. So that is my finished makeup routine. I don't wear any like sort of like lip products, like any like lip glosses, lipsticks. I don't know, I used to love them. I used to wear them all the time, but for whatever reason I just am kind of over them and I don't really like them. And so what I do is I just go ahead and just put on some Laneige lip sleeping mask. This is so good, and so this is kind of what I do to finish off like my makeup look. You could totally add your favorite like lipstick or lip gloss, but I just personally don't like wearing them, so I just leave my lips natural. So that is my completed makeup routine, and so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to follow me on all my social medias. I will link them down below for you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.